I'm in the middle of nowhere, Montana, 800 kilometers from where I live. I decided to challenge myself to make a game, but all of the art has to come from the surrounding area. Immediately I got to work taking dozens of pictures of objects in the area. Trees, grass, rocks, and more. I then sat down to think about what I wanted to make the game about. I had lots of ideas, but eventually just decided to figure it out as I went along. I needed a way to make all of these photos transparent so that they looked at least okay in Engine. To do this, I went into Adobe Express because it can remove backgrounds using AI. I've used it before and it's worked quite well. This time, however, it decided not to work well and not remove all of the backgrounds. So I had to remove all of the backgrounds by hand, which is an exceptionally tedious process. Because it took so long, I was only able to use a few of the photos that I took. For the main character, I decided to use my hand because staring at my face the whole time would be extremely awkward as the main character. I then made the character walk around in a basic environment, but when I wanted to preview the game and see this working in action, the game took a billion years to load. I kept working on this game, but every time I tried to preview it, this would happen. Anyways, I then added ladders. This added a new layer of complexity to the game that the game needed direly. I then added the pinecone into the game, and I made it into a sort of coin collectible thing. I made it so that every time you picked one up, the score was modified. After this, I took pictures of two objects I had nearby, a stuffed cat and a water bottle. I then put them through Adobe Express, but the cat's ears turned out to be chopped off, so I erased it and put it back in. The water bottle looked great though. At this point, I decided that the cat would want you to collect 10 of the pine cones, and that was why you were collecting them. In my games, I usually use WASD to move, but in this game, I decided to be a psychopath and make it the arrow keys. I then put it into GDevelop, and it froze. Everything stopped. So I waited, and after about 2 hours of waiting, you know what happened? The computer crashed. It up and died on me. I'll take this time to mention that the computer is more than 10 years old, being made back in 2012. Even so, I thought it would be able to handle a basic 2D game. Because it stopped working, I placed it on the ground with a fan to cool off. After an hour, I came back and the computer was working fabulously. Only one problem: 90% of my work had been deleted because I hadn't saved it. Almost all of the level design and every single piece of the code was gone. So I got back to work remaking it. All of it. After I remade everything, I finished off the game by adding basic text and a story. The story is very simple. The cat is in charge and wants you to collect pine cones for him. And the water bottle character just likes pine cones a lot. To finally complete this game, I made an end screen with a photo from out here. Thanks so much for watching, and if you want to watch a video where I make a cool 2.5D game, please click here.